Morning. It is day 10 and trying to get going in the morning with a 5-year-old is like, yeah. And when you're on this plan, it's like you get a little bit muzzy-headed, a bit absent-minded. But I am doing this breakfast, getting my coffee sorted because, wow, I need it. Still got fucking Gandhi's flip-flap. See what I mean? Oh, hey. Here. Coffee. So, yeah. Day 10. What happened?
This is what happened for you not going there. Ringo's eating this.
Oh, well, you shouldn't have left them unattended. I'm being told off because the dog's eating his Rice Krispies. So, yeah, I think my day's going to be like this. I've got a day of, I'm seeing some clients this morning, and then I'm obviously going to be trying to do some vlogging. Got to order some, I don't know if you know this about me, but I sing in an 80s tribute show called the Rubik's Dudes. And yeah, it's mental. But we sell 80s t-shirts at shows. And I do those, and I've got to order some t-shirts today. Daddy this, daddy that. Do you want some more Rice Krispies? Do you want a bit of toast? A bit of toast? Guess what? Say hello to the world of YouTube. Say hello. 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 It's the YouTube king, isn't you? Look at it. It's exactly where he's going. Where's Daddy on there? Daddy's not got as many followers as, like... Who do you like the best on YouTube? Who's them? Is that Poppy Playtime? Honestly, he likes Cam and Ben. And I was looking at one of their videos they did the other day. 4 million. 4 million. Maybe I'll get there one day. Where's 10 days gone? It's like mental. Like, it seems like, I mean, I've had an association with these diets for the last 13 years. But I think in that time I've done them. I did one for a challenge a few years ago. I think I've done it like once that I needed to do it. And then I did it once for showing other people how to do it. And now I've got this time, so this is my third time, my second time of having to do it. And if I haven't put in my vlog yet, my reasons for why I put on weight, I'll do that, because obviously I'll do that as a separate video, because I think that's quite important for everyone to understand, because I bleat on about if you do these diets correctly, you should never need to do them again. And that is true. I believe that. And I did it, and I kept that weight off for 11 years. And yeah, everything was gravy. And then I had some shit go on in my world, which I'll explain in the video. But the power of this thing is unbelievable. And what I did was will myself to put weight on. That's how amazing that can be. But I shall talk more about that in this separate vlog. Today's day 10, and I feel good. I feel like this is what I'm doing, and I'm not struggling with my mindset about it. It is, however, 8:30. I better get my monkey to school. So I'll get back here, tidy up some stuff. Walk Ringo, who's my dog. And, hey Ringo, say hello. And loads of boxes of stuff from when I moved in here. Pack up the tip. First client at 11 o'clock. Here's the PJs off. Bang. Just on the floor. So I've just finished with a client, and I've got a little bit of time before the next one comes. So whilst I was chatting to this client, I was having some thoughts about the vlog and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And it was this thing of, like, I haven't explained, the product or anything, because I'm pretty sure most of you know how it's done. But for those of you who don't, or maybe those of you who don't know how to do it the right way, this whole soul source thing, I think what you need to get to grips with is the ketosis aspect of your diet, because it takes 3 to 4 days to get into ketosis. And what that's doing is you're preparing your body to become a fat burning machine. And this is the thing, people, because this is unlike any other diet, because you can't have a cheat day, because if on day 7 you go see a consultant, jump on the scales, and you've dropped a bugger ton of weight, and you think, amazing, I deserve a treat for being so good this week. What you do when you cheat is you take your body out of fat burning, and also you take your body out of the feeling of your appetite being suppressed, and it's then harder to get back on. And the energy that you would have used to stay on plan, you're going to need to use 10 times that to get back on. And not only that, you're going to have to do another 4 days, possibly 6 days, to get your body back into that fat burning place. So if on day 7 you have a cheat because you've celebrated with food, which is an old strategy, you've almost wasted 12 days when you could have just stayed on shakes doing what you're doing. Because at this point, we're 10 days in, and the truth is, I am not hungry. And it is not because I'm a diet machine. What you need to do is detach the emotions of food from the logic of the plan. Because if you've got all these emotions attached with the food, that's what's going to make you want the food, not the fact that you're hungry. Because I can guarantee you by now, if your appetite's suppressed, there is so much involved with this plan that people don't talk about, that there should be something to be said every day. Whether you all want to watch it every day or not, I don't know. But I remember when I did it with Lawrence, that he made it fun and he made it impossible for me to feel like I would fail. I did this for him, and originally because I wanted him to be proud, to win an award. Lots of things. My next client's here, hang on. Very exciting. I know we've been talking about diets, but look what I got. This'll avoid all these cack-handed video shots. My phone's look. Proper vlogging camera. Let's see what the difference is. So, this is my new camera. I don't know how much better the picture is or the sound or anything, but one thing is stop all this fucking nightmare shit with memory on my phone and everything else. My phone gets grainy at times, so hopefully this will be better. But one thing that I was talking about before, and I got a client come to the door, I was talking about how I did this for Lawrence and how important that was for me, because he'd been a consultant for ages. He'd done unbelievably well himself as a client. He went from 21 stone down to 12, and he's at 6 foot. That was good. Did unbelievably well. He was the first person in Cambridge to start vlogging and doing vlogs on YouTube and stuff, and that's how I found him. And back in the beginning of 2012, I was not in the world's greatest place. I was 23 stone, and might as well go balls in with this because it's something people need to know where I've come from, because I don't know many people watch this or whether they care or anything else. However, so beginning of 2012, I was in a horrible place. I was living with my mate and did not want to be here. Now, everybody who lived in that house was going out other than me, so either going to work or whatever. I'd been drinking quite heavily because that's what I used to do back then, and the opportunity to end everything popped up. I had a bottle of vodka by the side of my bed and a load of pills, and I waited for everybody to go out to work because I knew that my mate was going to have a drink after work with his pals, so he wasn't going to be home, and I'd be left. So I took the fucking lot, and I can remember thinking going out of it, and the key went in the door, and it was my mate who forgot his laptop from downstairs. I could hear this voice going, "Mate, do you know where my laptop is? Do you know where my laptop is?" And I'm thinking, don't come up here. And I can remember looking over on my chest of drawers, and his laptop was on my chest of drawers, thinking, fuck, don't come in here. And the last thing I remember hearing was his voice going, "Oh, fuck, really?" And then I woke up in hospital. Now, I used to work in this hospital, and because I'm an ex-nurse. And I woke up and I had unbelievably horrible pains in my stomach. And I said, "Look, I take you, pump my stomach out." And the nurse who I knew, she was like, "Well, you know the drill, but truth is, your mate panicked a bit and didn't know what to do. So whilst he was on the phone to to get an ambulance, he repeatedly punched you in the stomach till you threw up," which is a little unorthodox, but maybe he saved your life. So anyway, then I had to see the psych team and the rest of it say that it was a cry for help and stuff, so I'd go out and do it again. But then I was on suicide watch, people. So, and I don't talk about this lightly, okay? So I then went to the doctor, and I said to the doctor, "Look, I don't want to be here. I hate everything about me. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I feel. I'm useless, blah, blah, blah." And he was like, and I said, "Look, maybe if I could get a grip on my weight, then maybe other things would fall into place."
And he said, yeah, good shout. Right, there's a dietitian here, and she's here today, and I know she has a available appointment right now. Okay, that doesn't happen very often, so take the appointment. I'll give you some Prozac to take the edge off. And I was like, you really, for real? I've just taken a boatload of pills, and you're going to give me more? All right, give them to me. Great. But yeah, I'll go and see the dietitians. So I thought, well, listen, you've got to go for this because no one's going to let you do this the other way. So be honest. So I went to see the dietitian, and it was a lady, and I cried, and I said, I don't want to be here. It's like, I just need to get a grip on my weight. And she went, oh, can I just stop you a minute? I said, yeah, sorry, what is it? She said, well, I've got 7 minutes with you, and you've cried for 5. I've got just enough time to give you these Slimming World vouchers. We haven't actually got another appointment for 6 months, but let us know how you get on. What the fuck? And I was like, fuck, okay. So you got, I don't know why I thought 3 choices, but I thought you got 3 choices here, kiddo. You can either take the Slimming World vouchers, take 1 Prozac a day, go to Slimming World, get rosettes, talk about poo with Doris, and I already know that's not going to work for me. Or you could take the rest of the pills with the rest of the vodka you got at home and have done with it. Tried that, it didn't work. Or there must be someone out there who understands this shit. The mental anguish that goes with food addiction and being fat. Because there ain't an emotion attached with being fat that I don't understand. There's not a self-loathing hatred of myself, all that other stuff that I haven't been through, that I don't get. Now, I thought there must be someone out there who's come out the other side. And I went home and I picked up my mate's laptop, which could have saved my life, and I put into YouTube. Now I don't know why I put it into YouTube, but I put into YouTube fat fucker drops weight, or I said fat fucker loses weight actually. And this guy kept coming up, Dual Dynamics, Lawrence Brown, and he showed a 12-week program of how he dropped 4 stone, and I watched them. I binge watched a lot, and a lot of them were only 5-7 minutes out. And this guy blew my fucking mind. He spoke to me in my language for a start, and I just thought, this him. He's the guy. So there was a phone number and I contacted him and he didn't answer. And it sounded like a weird tone on his phone and he didn't answer. So I left a message. Anyway, a bit later on the phone went. It was an international phone number. I thought it was just someone trying to sell me shit. So I ignored it, but it wasn't. It was Lawrence. He was on holiday in Thailand and he took the time out of his holiday to phone me and he said, listen, buddy, I can help. You know, I've been where you've been. In a similar way, I felt like, fucking hell, yeah, this guy's absolutely going to know what I'm going through. And we went for it all, and he got me super excited. I said, look, where are you? Because he said, I'll phone you Monday when I'm back in the office. I said, well, where's the office? He said, Brixton. I said, like, Brixton? Brixham? He said, Brixton, in London. And I was like, who drives 3.5 hours out the motorway to go and get weighed and get products that I can get from a woman up the road for cheaper? Like, why would I do that? And he said, listen, you phoned me for a reason. And I was like, yeah, I know, but like, no, I can't do it. And I got off the phone. I wasn't going to. Anyway, I used to sing with a 10-piece ska band called Communicators back then. And we were quite good. We played all over the place and quite successful. And Gary Bushell, the guy who used to write for the Daily Star, contacted him. He was doing a radio show on old punk and ska and said, I'd love to have you on the show. And I was like, cool, when? He said Friday, and this was a Wednesday. Now I was working, I was employed. Right, okay, leave it with me, I'll ring you later on. Went to my boss and said, mate, I got to have Friday off. And he went, you can't. I said, well, listen, I'm going. Like, so if you sack me, you sack me. But like, I'll make up Saturday, Sunday, whatever. But I have to go and be on this radio show. It'd be really good for the band. And he went, look, I really need you here. I went, well, I'll quit then. He said, oh, for Christ's sake, like, just go. Anyway, so I rung Gary back and I was like, Gal, yeah, I can do it. No worries. He said, brilliant. I said, right, Friday, be there when? He said, be here for 10. And I was like, where are you, mate? And he went, Brixton. It's like, what is wrong with you? Why is it that you'll move mountains and risk your job and give up shit for the band, but you won't do it for yourself? What is wrong with you? And I was chatting to somebody and they were like, you got no reason not to go see that dude, have you? I was like, no, I haven't. So I rang him and I said, look, I'm coming up to Brixton. I'll see you Friday. He was like, absolutely, come and see me midday. Anyway, so I got the address of the office and I'm walking towards this guy's office and there was no windows in his office. So there was a corridor, long corridor, and I could hear his voice this voice that I'd heard on YouTube. I'm going to meet my fucking hero, like it felt like. And I could hear this voice, and he was going, and there's this guy coming up from Somerset today, and he's going to be a fucking superstar, and he's going to change the world, and da-da-da. And I was thinking, fucking who's that? It's like, I wish he'd said I would have shared a lift with him, would have saved me money. Genuinely, that's what I thought. And I opened the door and he went, and here he is, Mitch. And he flung his arms around like I was a long lost brother. And he loved the shit out of me. And he didn't stop. And we got on this journey together. He blew my mind with his compassion, drive and his determination to cure obesity and to help people with this mental battle that goes with it. And he introduced me to NLP, and the guy called Stephen Bates who trained me in NLP was fucking amazing. And he made me realise that it wasn't just the fact that I liked eating pie and drinking. You know, there was lots of reasons behind the way that I behaved, and he taught me so much. And I said to him the second time we went out, and I was still big fucker then, and he was like, I said, how many awards have you won, mate? And he went, none. I was like, why? He said, I don't know, it just hasn't gone that way. And I said, but you're the best, you're the, like, because he was my man, you know. And I was like, you're the best, how can you not have won an award, la 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 la. And I said, but that Slimmer of the Year, put me in for it. And he looked at me and went, well, let's drop some weight first and see how we go. I said, put me in for it, like, now. And Sharon, who's his other half at the time, she said, Lawrence, do it. And he went, Sharon, he's like 20 plus stone. And she went, look in his eyes, Lawrence. He means it. He wants to do this for you. Let him. And I did. I got my head down for the next 5.5 months, and I did not stop. I did not falter. I would have run through a brick wall for that man. And I won Slimmer of the Year. And he came to South Africa with me. That was my holiday. That was what I won. He came with me, him and Sharon. And we went with Keisha, who was the female Slimmer of the Year, who's stunning, and I still talk to her today. And then the next year I had my own clients. One of my clients got shortlisted for an award. The year after, 2 of my clients won major awards. The year after that, 2 more of my clients won major awards, and we went on sales champion holidays together, and we just have been the most amazing friends. And then sadly Lawrence is no longer with us. And that has shook me more than I think possibly anyone could know. But we used to talk about doing this, showing people how to do this from start to finish the right way, level the playing field. He said to me, no one's going to be fat by the time we finish, mate. No one's going to have this pain. And recently, because I told you I was a nurse many years ago, I've worked on frontline ambulances through COVID, and up until 6 months ago, where I gave up to care for Mum, who's not well, although she's doing well at the moment. And I just had this voice in my head say, come on, superstar, it's time we did this. So this very much is for him. I have a purpose that I want to give this to as many of you as possible. The way I do this, the way I can help you and show you do this works. And I use a lot of Lawrence, some of Stephen, who's my NLP guy, and the whole load of me comes with NLP, but mostly it comes from someone who's had food addiction and used food destructively for a lot of his life and came out the other side and has got across so many hurdles. I know your pain. I know how to help ease it. So that is why I'm doing this, and that's why I want to get to the end so bad, because I'm going to keep my buddy alive. He's my guardian angel. He talks to me all the time. He comes out of my mouth all the time. So that is why this vlog is important to me, and that is why this plan is important to me, and why I'm not going to give up on it. I want to take you with me. So jump on board, eh? This is day 10. I'm going to end my vlog here. I will see you tomorrow for day 11, and I can't wait. And Monday is my weigh-in, so definitely stay peeled for that one, okay? Take care.